Welcome to Esoteric-Truth. I'm your host, Trinity. Today I want to discuss something, and it's not just because it's now on a 24-hour news cycle and there's a bazillion things going on the face of this planet right now that should be taking up a hell of a lot more of your time. These are all my opinion. I decided to do this one on my own because what I'm about to say and how I'm about to say it is not exactly the route most people would take. So, here it is. Robin Williams committed suicide. I said it, now we're done. We don't have to bring it up anymore. Everybody already knows it. Let's talk about the other side. The other side are just regular people. Children that are bullied, adults that have depression and problems and are medicated and all of these other things. There's a lot of people that kill themselves every single year. And it's never televised in this way. This only happens because, we love to feed on the media and we love celebrity and things like that. The only thing that Robin Williams' suicide should bring up at all is that even when you have money, even when you have fame, it doesn't matter. When life's tough for some people, they can't take it. We all have a mechanism called fight or flight. Fight or flight, and every single human being on this planet carries this trait. You don't really know what it is until you're in a life-threatening situation, on which you would, of course, choose. Some of us are fighters, and some of us are not. I think all of us, even as kids and as we get older, we're tested in a sense. Most people would probably know by the time they're 30 which genetic trait they actually carry. But for those that don't understand what that means, every single person has a part of them that wants to survive. We go through trials, we go through tribulations in our lives. I can say openly, about 90% of the human population has thought or contemplated suicide at least for like a second. Either during heartbreak, a divorce, the death of a child, the death of a loved one. Shit, some people feel like that over losing their job or losing their pet. So there are people that have this. The difference is that goes away. You think about it, you're like, ugh, I'm gonna miss out on a whole bunch of other shit. Hopefully I'll struggle through it, and they move on with their lives and take it as a lesson learned as they progress in life, even though they had that thought. Then we have those people who feel like there is no way out. Those are the people that no matter what you tell them or how much you try to console them, they might not come out of that rut. The silent problem is how many people are ignored that have this problem and they're brushed off. Now, the reason why I'm upset about this whole situation is because so many other things are coming into play. People are talking about, oh, he's going to burn in hell for this. God clearly says, Jesus clearly says, the book clearly says, oh, he's just given up. What you really should be thinking is, one, shit had to be really, really bad for anyone to take their own life, especially in such a horrific way. And it's not selfish for the person that committed suicide. It's selfish for you to be angry at the person who committed suicide. Apparently, there's only two reasons why you would be mad. You would be mad at them because, one, in your subconscious, you realize you didn't do shit. You didn't help them. You probably saw the problem and figured, this person will get over it. This is petty shit to the way I would have taken it. They're not taking it that hard, and you ignored it. Or two, they came to you for help and you did not. Now, if any of those things happen, then yes, you have a right to be mad. But you be mad at you. You can't be mad at the person that took their life. Everybody has an opportunity to choose which route they decide to go. It's not your place to tell everybody else that God in his own way is going to permanently punish a person for the rest of their lives. Well, not the rest of their lives, but for all eternity. And fire and brimstone. Nobody wants to think about that shit. And to be honest, every single day that's getting a little more tiring. That's not how it works. I don't care what you believe in. That's not how it actually works. And it doesn't make anybody feel any better. It doesn't. Because if you really think about it, the reason why we have this whole brimstone and fire and, unless you go through struggles, then, you really don't get to go to heaven and all those little bullshit stories. Okay? The people that wrote that stuff And the people that want you to believe that, and they want you to struggle, and they want you to take struggle, poverty, hunger, genocide, famine, war, everything else, all of those people that want that, they don't follow that same book. Their book says, tell other people that this is how they should live and let us benefit from it. Now, that's it. That's plain and simple, and the way that everybody should be able to tell this story. Because it's a shame that 2014, we're still having this type of topic. We're not looking to help anybody. We're not looking to put more programs out there. We know PTSD is out there. We know that we got people in the thousands just coming out of the military alone that are killing themselves. And the only thing we're doing is we're sitting them in front of somebody so they can just run their fucking mouth for an hour and a half, and then we give them some medication and hope for the best. Those are the facts. Those are the things that we do for people, period. So they sit and they suffer and they suffer and they sit. And we act like nothing is going on in it until it's too fucking late. Okay? Because I'm sure that all the praise that everybody's giving that dude now, if they'd have did this shit the day before yesterday, he probably wouldn't have killed himself. Those are the clear-cut facts. Those are the things that should be talked about. You want to remember somebody, you remember them when they're alive. You don't remember them when they're dead. That makes it irrelevant. They're not here to hear that. The Golden Gate Bridge. There was a documentary that came out about the Golden Gate Bridge. They had actually said that a lot of the people that jumped and survived said that they usually just stand there for quite a long time and they look at people, and people won't even give them a second look. But that out of all the people that, let's say 100 people survived, 80% of those people unanimously agreed that if somebody would have just waved or smiled or said hi, and these people are sobbing, they're crying, and we don't have compassion, we don't have empathy for people. They were like, if somebody would have just grinned in my direction, I wouldn't have jumped. They don't have to sit there and talk to me. They don't have to be my therapist. They don't have to, take me into their homes and make me tea and shit. If they would have just smiled, grinned, then I would have never jumped. Those are the facts. That's what should be on the 24-hour news cycle. Okay, and it's a shame that even though this is coming out, the more that we talk about fire and brimstone and, oh, that selfish son of a bitch, he had all of this money and he still wasn't happy and blah, blah, blah. Every time we do that, we're taking the people that are actually at the bridge, we're pushing them off. Okay? We're pushing them off. A lot of people that wind up doing stuff like this, it's an extension of everything else. It's an extension of their treatment, of the way that we are treating them. Okay? Money is not going to solve your problems. It's not going to solve your problems. A mansion is not going to solve your problems. Being in front of the camera is not going to solve your problems. None of that shit's going to solve your problems. You want a better life, then you have to work for it. And listen, I'm not the first one to come out with this nonsense either. Okay? Half the time, I don't even believe it. But I'm not going to kill myself over it. I'm not going to depend on others to give me what it is that I need so that I don't jump out of a fucking window. My life isn't perfect. That's okay. But there are people that do need that help. There are people out there that are crying on the inside. There's people that are crying on the outside. Go to YouTube and put suicide and see how many videos. How is it that we have 800 numbers for Viagra, we got 85 fucking commercials for sports, 75 fucking channels for Jesus, we got all of this stuff, but nothing there for somebody who really needs help. Oh, and what's somebody going to say? Oh, we have a suicide hotline. Yeah, we do, with 3 volunteers. How many people are actually showing up to these places and helping? If we don't start helping people in the way that they need it, then we don't have the fucking right to curse them, to defame them, to judge them. We just do not have the right. Chalk it up as another person that got lost. He's not just a person that was a star. He's a fucking statistic. He just became a statistic, just like a regular person who would have just committed suicide just now. Okay, because every couple of minutes, somebody takes their own life. And it's a shame that we have to say that that's actually a part of life. Someone taking their own is an actual part of life. That's horrific. There's 7 billion people on the fucking planet. So, my condolences. Not just to this dude. To every single person out there. Every person who has felt this way, who has wanted to take their own lives, who thinks that there's nobody out there that gives a shit. there are people that care. And all I can do is apologize. That's all I can do is apologize for it not being easier. For it not being easier. For this recording not to reach everybody who really needs to hear it. I apologize for that. I really think everybody should have a way out. We all need a way out. Taking your life may have been your choice, and that is fine. That is up to you as an individual. But nobody should ever feel like that's their only option. So at the end of this recording, I'm going to leave the information for the suicide hotline. And for any other information somebody might need, please leave it in the comment section. Somebody in your area might know of another place. You may meet a new friend. Whatever it is. But if we don't start making a difference and start changing shit the way that it needs to be done, then we have no right to complain. So thank you for taking the time to listening to Esoteric Truth, and I'm your host, Trinity. Please take care of yourself.